Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. A man in the lens back again with another video. So I want to re-edit some of the photo that I've done a few years back. I don't even remember when these photos are from. This was an amazing photo shoot that I did with this lady. It was in 20. When was this again? It was in 2022. So it was in 2022. It was one of my as you guys know, I do a lot of concept and stuff. It was one of my very good concept that I've done in a long time. So I already have Photoshop open over here, as you can see. So I have Photoshop open already over here, and what you can do, actually, one of the very easy way to start using Photoshop, you can actually open files by open. You go to new, and then it will allow you to open, or you can just maybe come to open files, so you can open any files that you have on Photoshop, something like that. Or actually, let me go for full screen, then you guys will be able to see that the correct yeah, there we go. So you can come here on top. Let's just use this. You can come here on top. We are going to use that. You can come here on top into files. You come to Photoshop over there, new, it will go open a new files like this, or you can come to file and then open. It's going to open a files already on Photoshop, so forth and so on. There we go. So one of the way I do like doing it is, for example, if I have my photo here, I'll just Control A, everything, then just drag everything onto the bar here on top of Photoshop, then it will open everything. If your stuff are obviously raw, it will open everything as the raw files there. So this one I shot to raw and JPEG, so it's going to open the JPEG in Photoshop, and it's going to open the raw file here. So I do already have like an adjustment on this, but I want to reset them. This is how the photo was shot. So generally, so my camera is, I was switching this, I think, with the 800D, if I'm not mistaken. If it's not the 800, yeah, it was the 800D. So the zoom, I'm gonna reset it to full, then I can see, as you can see, I grab a little bit of this, and what I do as well is I'll just come to auto. I think it does a decent job, but for example here you can see it brought too much light. I'm going to bring it back there. I don't really like the white balance on the photo. I think it's too orange and there's too much saturation and vibrance as well. I'll lower that and bring the white balance there. I'll come back to my shadow and just open them up a little bit, and my contrast, I'll lower it. And the reason why I'm lowering my contrast is when I open the photo on Photoshop, I'll be able to catch them back. The highlights, I'll leave them because, as you can see, most of my color is staying in the highlights, but I'll lower the white a little bit. Then I'll just sync, because these pictures are pretty much almost shot all on the same lighting setup. I'll do this. So if you want to see the lighting setup, this is how I shot most of the stuff. So obviously on Photoshop, so the reason why I center this person is because on Photoshop I can either crop, so I can either crop like this and expand, or I'll just find a way to make it much better. So reset to full, as you can see. So this was my lighting setup, very basic when I started, but yeah, we got this amazing photo. So I'll also reset this. Let me just reset the crop for all the photos that I have here. I'll just reset to open and then reset to full. I have just a few more inches to work with. So as you can see here, our face is a little bit in the shade, like on this photo. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a radial filter. I'll keep it on the center there and just add a bit more light on her face, just to get it to a level I kind of like it. And then use the shadow tool as well. And maybe I'll also do the same thing here. But as you can see now, we have a bit of smoke there. So what I might do here is kind of dehaze a little bit. So so that I can just bring back a little bit of these details, especially in the place where it's a bit smoky. And then my white balance, I'll bring it to a bit more warm, because smoke generally does introduce a bit more of a cooler tone. And I'll probably just sync it up with all of these ones. And I do like most of these photos. They were some of my best picture, I have to be honest. So on this first photo here, I think the face needs a bit of a work as well. So I'm just gonna get my brush tool here. I'm not gonna do generative fills because it's not a lot of work. I'm not gonna use generative. Just go object away. Just use a healing brush. We're just gonna remove some of this pimple, some of this tiny pimple. She doesn't have a lot of it, but just to clean up the face, that's very important. So this is how you use camera raw. Obviously you have some of these small one, I'm going to keep them because I'm going to do like frequency separation that will allow me to get this very small pimple not to match. So there we go. On the second photo, let's see if we have anything. And it's not out of focus, but we do have some of these pimples that are showing. The big one especially, we are going to remove them. There are not many. I could also do this inside Photoshop, but it's all right. I will do them here. And on this photo, you can see that the background is completely black, and she's really kind of standing out of there. Okay, cool. I think we are pretty much okay for this one. Because of the smoke, I'm not gonna do anything there. So let's open all the photos. And as you know, as I always say, you can do amazing stuff with small space. So what I'm going to do here, I do have my own lights. I'm just gonna bring my own light here. So if you can see, I have you have LUT over there. Where is it? LUT lookup table. So I'm going to bring an adjustment layer as my LUT. Then I have one LUT I use a lot. It's called Aisha. And it was perfected for like my studio use. Now I'm gonna use the 2-1. Okay, and what I might actually do, I'll just bring a bit of a brightness adjustment here. Just reduce the brightness and bring a bit of the contrast in. You can see the face is well illuminated. I do like also introducing a little bit of blue in my shadows. So I'll probably bring a bit of cyan. Just gives a bit more separation. So I'll save a copy of this. I'm pressing, as I told you guys, I use Action to do a lot of my work. So I'm going to save a copy of this because I want to show the background, how it was before and after. Then I'm going to take a lasso tool, just select this and Control Shift I, invert it and generate. And so it's going to generate a background for me, as you'll be able to see. Then it's going to hide all of those lighting and anything. So it's going to sample from the background that I have. This is one of the really good use of using the generative AI tool. Okay, my internet connection is not okay. I don't know why. So I'll do it in portion. Let's do this. Let's do this portion by portion, generative. I think maybe it was sampling on side very big. Let's see what it does. Yeah, now we got a result there. No, not really what I want. So let me add a prompt on this generative. I love that, to be honest. Okay, just going to get everything kind of clean there. To be honest, this photo, I have it on my page from 2 years ago. It really doesn't look the same thing as now. So as you can see, this generative expand is doing a good thing. I like the flare that there is in the image. Would I even have thought about doing it like this? I personally don't think so. So this is beautiful. I am not going to lie. This is beautiful. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save another copy. And this is the power of really this is the power of what Adobe has been doing with the AI. This AI tool, as much as people have been criticizing it, it really is good, and you can see for yourself where this picture came from. And so this is the before. This is the before, right? This is the before. This is the after. Before, after, before, and after. So you can't tell me this is bad. So this is the before and after. Really good. Like this AI tool is good. So I generally use AI to like expand my photo. I'm going to save another copy again. It's deleted the first copy I saved. So, and I'm going to save a copy without all the adjustments. So I'll post it on my Instagram. Guys, you can follow me up there. We just put the adjustment that I've made. We save this copy. I think I do prefer this one. I might actually make it black and white. Let's see if how it looks in black and white. And for me to do my black and white photo, I always use a gradient map. It's strange, but it works. It does work for me, and I prefer a gradient map over like a black and white adjustment. So I'll put my gradient map here. That's just for contrast. Then I'll come to the vibrance. Yes, baby. It's me talking and editing. No. So I'll come to my vibrance, and from the vibrance, no problem. So from the vibrance, as you can see, I'm just playing around it, and it gives me pretty much a result that I want. And I'm going to save this. Let's do this. I'm going to save this. I also have an action for saving photos on my page on my computer. Really does work well, to be honest, guys. So you should use actions. Makes your job super easy. Oh, I forgot to copy my adjustment layers because I do like my picture looking the same. I forgot to copy my adjustment layers. I always do copy my adjustment layers. Well, I guess we'll start afresh. What was the first one I used? It was a LUT. So a LUT just gives me direction as to where I want my pictures to look like and how much I want it to affect my image. So as we can see here, then I brought in a little bit of brightness and contrast. I was just gonna bring the contrast there. Then I sometimes use the levels, but I think for these photos I'm not gonna use there. Just bring a little bit of cyan in the back in the mid-tone. I think I'll bring a bit more, let's see. In the shadow, I am definitely bringing cyan. Not too much of it, just over there, -14. In the mid-tone, I'm bringing a bit more red and a bit more, just a tiny bit of yellow. I can do this with the curve, not gonna do that. And for this photograph, this is what my light does. This is what the brightness does. I think I'll just lower my lights a little bit because Just feel like it's a tad too much. And this, I'll really just bump the contrast up. Brightness, I could use curve for this, but I don't really. I feel like my brightness adjustment does a better job. Then I'm going to use my skin finer tool, which just will make the skin fine, literally. So just smooth out the skin. It's sort of a cheat code for frequency separation because I don't have to do it manually, as you can see the before and after. Then bring back the detail with an iPass filter. And what I'm going to lower here is on the skin finer, just lower a little bit. I could also maybe just bring a mask here, get a brush, and on the leg, just paint a little bit black just to make the leg a little brighter because I feel like it was losing a little bit more details. Make sure we have very soft brush, and there we go. So if I want to post on obviously if I want to post on Photoshop on Instagram, if I post it like this, it won't look good. So we're going to resize it for like a 5x7 for Instagram. Use the generative expand option here on top there, and it's going to generate these extra corners for us. That's actually also one reason how I also use AI tool on my photography. As you can see, it doesn't alter a lot of the essence of the photo itself. It's just to remove distraction or bring in data and stuff like that. So it is generating, and I'll do this on all the photos that I am doing right now. So what I'm going to do right now is just copy all of my adjustment layer and paste it on all the other photographs. You just see how the generative expand works. It takes a few sec depending on your internet speed. My internet is actually faster now, so it shouldn't generally take this long. And also your computer, because this AI, they have this new computer with an AI dedicated tool. I don't have it. So the reason why the face, for example, looks, let's say, the face looks a little lighter is because he's as you can see here, the light is actually coming from the top as we've seen on the first photo, but also because there is smoke. So smoke just makes things like this, and the face is looking smoother as well. So I'm just going to copy all of my adjustment layer here, then save this photo. I like it as it is, not gonna do much change. I know I could work on the face a bit more, but this is just for demonstration purposes. So we're saving this one. As you see, export for the web. It is pretty much the same photograph. So the adjustment, I'm just going to put white here and take a brush and just brush on the foot there because we need to bring back these details. I use my skin finer. That's the iPass. This is supposed to be here. And then my skin finer, which is going to be on top there. And then you can see the skin will look pretty smooth. There we go. I still have kind of a pimple there. Let me just bring another layer, zoom with Z, and then take this tool here just to work on those pimple. So make sure when you use the spot healing tool, you are on content aware. So it's gonna grab all the other pictures around you and do this for your image. So there we go. There we go. Could also do a really good portrait. So I'm going to lower the skin finer just a little bit. It looks too much. Then I have to do the same thing with the pimple so that it doesn't look too thick. There we go. Beautiful. I love it's not very sharp as an image, but this is generally because of the smoke. We do see expand just a little bit for Instagram post so that our picture can be used completely. Next few minutes. There we go. That's the image that we have. So I'm going to take this again and come to the first photo. Actually, this is a JPEG one. Yeah, this one. Paste. It's a bit more contrasty, as you can see. I'm going to hide the replace it. It's a lights that bring so much contrast. We can reduce it, and we are going to also reduce the contrast here. Just bring slightly more light here, and white balance looks good. We work on the skin finder. It's going to make the skin super fine. And there we go. And let's just zoom in on the skin and see if there are any pimples that need to be removed. Yes. We zoom in, bring our this is just how to quickly edit on Photoshop. Can do all of these details. Obviously no one has a perfect skin, but we just do make an effort to enhance it and make sure that pimple and stuff like that are removed. Obviously I'm not doing like a beauty retouching when I'm using liquify to change the shape of the skin. It is possible to do that. These are not like portrait of the person, like beauty portrait. Zoom out. This is the before after, and then we just expand it a bit more as well, just to have a little bit more real estate rooms. I'm now going to save different version of this photograph, so I think I can bring my face back. Can bring my face back here. Okay, so let's transition to me. All right, so as we can see, there we go. And I love that. Go back. Control C. We can just save this photo. Let me check if I have any other photo which on this one that I kind of enjoy as well. It's exported for the web. This is the first photo I edited. Okay, I'll save this one as well. And I like this one too. It's bring the adjustments. We can bring a bit more details. I feel like there's too much warmth in the mid-tone. We can bring that to blue. I'm finally gonna use the curve tool. And then there we go. We bring the skin finer. Let's bring our skin finer and see. Might have one or two pimples to still work on. And then I'm going to bring back the details. There is something a bit off about this photograph that I can't put my finger on. Just zoom in a little bit. Press G. It's J, not G. G is in French. Just remove these tiny pimples here. All this. Because it's a quick edit. As I said. Fit to screen. We are going to do what we do. Crop. Generative expand. Just expand a bit of the photograph. So we're just moving here. Yeah. So that's the last photo. Okay, so we're going to transition back to me. So yeah, this is pretty much how I edit most of the photo that you guys have seen. I'm going to save the last one. And yeah, it's this was like a quick Photoshop thingy. You can see all of my photos on my Instagram. Please do follow me over there. It's linked to my channel as well. So I'll see you guys in the next video, and peace out. Hope you enjoyed.